We don't want to have that chicken wing elbow situation out here with that elbow high above our eye.
Think about putting my elbow in the rim. We can think about putting our elbow into the rim.
It pushes their elbow out. Now their elbow's out of alignment, dreaded chicken wing. That allows my elbow to stay underneath of it.
Elbow kind of tucked into your rib. Our elbow inside and tucked in our ribs. Elbow get out. Have our elbow tucked into our rib.
We can think about putting our elbow into the rim.
You don't want to have that chicken wing kind
your
of
elbow
elbow
starts low
situation
and
out
finishes
here.
high. The difference in where it's going and where it
elbow
finishes, that is just your power. Don't worry about it. It's right here.
I can't take this shit.
Let's be clear, the elbow in idea didn't come out of nowhere. It's been passed down for generations, from rec leagues to the pros. Camps, clinics, books, posters on the wall, everyone says it. Keep your elbow in. Make a 90-degree angle. But here's the problem. Just because something's been repeated forever doesn't mean it's necessarily right. Because when you look at the best shooters in the world, and I mean really look, frame by frame, they don't always do what they say. And they definitely don't all follow the 90-degree rule. Let's start with the most obvious one, Steph Curry. The greatest shooter of all time. The argument can't even be made anymore. Watch his shooting arm, right here. That elbow, not tucked, not at a 90-degree angle. It's out, slightly flared, and yet it's a pure shot every time. If the 90-degree rule was gospel, then how does this work? Or take Ray Allen, textbook, right? The model of consistency. But even Ray, with all his discipline and form work, didn't shoot from a perfect L. In fact, it almost seems like the more elite the shooter, the more variation you start to see. So if none of the top shooters in the world strictly follow this rule, why do we keep drilling it into every kid like it's the only way? What if the key to becoming a great shooter isn't about copying a single form, but understanding what actually works for your body? Here's the truth that almost no one talks about. The perfect shot doesn't come from following a rule. It comes from finding your rhythm, your angles, your pattern. The elbow isn't magic. It's just one part of a much bigger system. And when you isolate it, you can actually create more problems than solutions. Shooting is about alignment, but not always symmetry. It's about repeatability, not rigidity. Elite shooters build patterns they can repeat under pressure. Whether it's off a pin down, off the dribble, fading away, their mechanics bend to the situation, not the other way around. So instead of obsessing over the elbow, what if we train players to find their most natural shooting path? The one their body can repeat again and again and again. So what should we be teaching? Instead of obsessing over a 90-degree angle, we should be teaching alignment through motion. How the elbow, wrist, and shoulder flow together, not how they look frozen in a snapshot. Start with the wrist, then the forearm, then the elbow, then the shoulder. When one link is off, the whole chain gets thrown out of sync. Elite shooters don't hit a textbook position. They hit a repeatable pattern. One that matches their build, their rhythm, and their game. These are the things that matter. These are the things that scale from the driveway to the league. When you let go of forcing a perfect elbow, you open up the door to actual progress, real confidence, real growth. So the next time you hear a coach say, keep your elbow in, ask them why. Ask them, what does that actually do for the shot? We don't get better by following rules blindly. We get better by asking questions, testing, adjusting, building a shot that works under pressure. Because the goal isn't to look like a diagram. The goal is to make shots. So hopefully you'll be the coach that breaks out of the box a bit and actually helps your players shoot better. If that's something that you want to do, click that subscribe button, stick around because we're just getting started.